Welcome to a very special segment of Ikaw at ang Batas here at RNG Luzon. And we are honored to have a very special distinguished guest, former mayor, former congressman, for over 2 decades. And he's also a lawyer by profession. Let us welcome Attorney Mauricio G. Dumogan. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, my younger brother, Attorney Ed. It's really a pleasure to be with you and to all of you, viewers of RNG, hindi lang sa City of Baguio, but those all over who can hear us, who can watch us today. God bless to each and everyone.
We also have cable TV watching us, Congressman. So, tell us about yourself. Although they know you already, sino po si Mauricio Dumogan?
Thank you, Attorney Ed. Si Mauricio G. Dumogan, alam siguro ninyo, you're tested, you had experienced him, he had been working with you, nakita ninyo ang kanyang performance in serving the city of Baguio, as well as other areas that he was given the opportunity to serve in his capacity as public servant. So, ganun naman, 4 times na councilor, 18 years po na janitor ng City of Baguio, and 9 years na messenger boy sa Kongreso representing the Lone District of Baguio. Marami ang nagawa natin together with you, kagaya ng rehabilitation ng ating lungsod from the ruins of the killer earthquake 1992 po na sinimulan natin yan. Of course, yung ating congressman at the time was si Apo Vergara, partner natin. Ngunit dahil sa kanyang support at maswerte tayo noon kasi si Apo President Ramos, ang presidente, ang laki ang kanyang tinulong in our rehabilitations. Lahat po ng mga kalsada sa City of Baguio, including yung ating mga national roads, specifically Marcos Highway, Baguio Nagilian, halos na mga ito tumulong siya po President Ramos. It so happened na avid golfer si Apo Presidente. Yun po ang kanyang exercise at tinatawagan ako kasi alam naman niya ako na yun yung aking exercise being a caddy boy for 4 years, 1961 to 65. At maalaala ko pa na in each of the hole, yung laro namin, kung asan niya binigay yung a lot of the funds for the rehabilitation of Baguio, kagaya ng Baguio Bawang, sa hole number 2 yan. Concreting ng Luacan Road sa hole number 9. And then Baguio La Trinidad, diyan kami sa waiting shade, sa boundary ng Baguio with Tuba in La Trinidad, dito po sa Nagilian Road. Then yung Takay, going to Bypass Road, going to Tamawan, dyan din naibigay yung asin, concreting ng asin. Ang dami, ang binigay niya diyan. At talagang ang dami, ang kanyang tinulong even inside the roads of our city of Baguio. At ang inyong suporta, yung talagang nagbigay ng lakas that we were able to bounce back from the ruins of the killer earthquake and prove to those who have been seeing negative things na wala na, hindi na makakaapon yung City of Baguio. Because of our timpuyog in cooperation, nakaangat yung City of Baguio. At nagpapasalamat din ako kasi si Brother Ed was also a member of the House of Representatives at that time, at malaki din yung kanyang tulong at partnership kay President Ramos. Yun yung nagtawid sa atin when we were in the height of rehabilitation of the city of Baguio. Yung problema noon na sinasabi nila marumi ang city of Baguio, we founded the Alay sa Kalinisan that catapulted the city of Baguio for 3 successive years as the cleanest and greenest highly urbanized city entire the Philippines. Then, aside from that, because of our teamwork, support from you, our beloved people of Baguio, we were the first local government unit to be awarded the Gawad Pamana ng Lahi Award na 2 million per award in 1996 and 1997. 4 million po ang pinanalunan natin dyan at 5 million yung binigay nila sa Clean and Green Hall of Fame Award for the City of Baguio, na yun po ang dinagdagan natin in importing Isuzu garbage trucks direct from Japan. Hindi mahirap yung mag-import at the time na yun yung matagal na ginagamit natin to address the garbage and solid problem of solid disposal system of the city of Baguio. Ang dami yung ating ginawa niyan. Even in the establishment of the Panagbunga, ay tayo po ang talagang nagsimula diyan together with Attorney Bangawi.
What would be your legislative agenda once you are elected in this Congress?
Well, salamat. I was convinced to go back kasi ang dami yung sinimulan natin na hindi natapos at hindi naman natugunan. At ikalawa, yung koreksyon, yung talagang infirmities at errors sa ating newly revised city charter. Yung sinimulan natin na ipagpatuloy natin. Isa, yung segregation ng occupied areas na part ng Philippine Military Academy Reservation. I'm referring to Camp Alin, yung Navy base, Luacan, Ongasan, and part of Kias. Ang tagal na hindi naman ginagamit ng military yan as reservation and talagang matagal na occupied by people. I've been working with line agencies to address this problem. And yung usapan namin is to segregate the occupied areas from the military reservation, convert them into alienable and disposable public land para may-award natin directly without public bidding sa actual occupants or qualified applicants. Approve pa nga ang segregation survey ng Navy base. Withdraw lang recently. Solution yan. We have to file the bill in Congress to really segregate this area to achieve that purpose. Hindi naman nagawa. So, yon yung isa. Ikalawa, yung Force Park Parcel 3, I'm referring to Gibraltar. I've been working for a long time for the segregation of this area from Force Park kasi hindi naman nagagamit as part of Force Park and occupied by a lot of people yan. So, I was able to convince the DNR, inaprubahan nila na maalis sa reservation yan, approve yung segregation survey. I filed the bill during the 14th Congress. Hindi lang natapos when my term expired, ipagpatuloy natin yan. Hindi naman na ituloy, isang priority bill. Pangatlo, yung mining reservation, Proclamation 414 in 572. If I'm not mistaken, covering Upper Gibraltar, kayo sa Mines View, sa Puksusan, sa Luacan, Apugan, Happy Hollow, Atok Trail in part of Kias. Matagal na occupied by a lot of you people of Baguio and hindi ninyo pwedeng applyan kasi military reservation. I've been working with the DNR din, Executive Director Roquisa de Castro, at ipagpatuloy natin yan, yung solution, ituloy natin yung mapping, yung survey. I was coordinating with DNR. Meron na daw yung 1 million appropriated. So natapos yung survey na yan, i-file natin yung bill to convert these areas as alienable, indisposable. Alisin natin yung proclamation para nga mai-award na sa inyo actual occupants and/or qualified applicants na walang public bidding. Sunod po dyan, of course, yung 13 barangays na within Janhi Reservation. We have been working for this. This is covered by Resolution 362, Series of 1994, specifically Condition number 14, na inaprubahan naman ng BCDA at that time, na iyon kayo, maalis kayo sa Janhi Reservation, then we need to file the bill to convert you as alienable, indisposable, at yung qualified to be titled under the IPRA law as ancestral land claim, let it be so. At yung hindi po qualified yan, then we award this directly to qualified occupants or qualified applicants without public bidding. And then, we have to really assert, I am appealing to all the officials of Baguio na ngayon nag-decide ng Supreme Court na expired na yung contract of lease between BCDA and Janhi Development Corporation. So, dapat i-assert natin yung condition number 16 sa Resolution 364 na yung 247 hectares na subject of the lease must be turned over to the city government as property of the city government without any obligation to pay yung value of the city improvements. Ang laking bagay yan sa City of Baguio kung talagang we unitedly assert our right for the implementation of that condition number 16. Next, punta tayo sa correction, or we have to rewrite the newly approved revised city charter. Yung nakita natin na kulang dyan, we are not attacking our good congressman. Nagpapasalamat tayo at pinasanan yan. Ngunit may kakulangan at mga errors na serious, ang grabe ang consequence yan for the people of Baguio kung hindi makorek. One, sa Section 3 on the territorial boundaries, dapat ilagay natin yung meets and bounds, technical description of the City of Baguio. At dito natin idagdag yung settlement that we had reached covering our boundary dispute, Baguio in Toba, na matagal na we are trying to solve. We had reached with the officials of Benguet in Toba yung settlement. Kasi kayo, mga minamahal na kababayan, marami ang hindi nakakaalam na Toba is occupying 48 hectares of Baguio City. Halos 3/4 of the municipal building of Toba within Baguio City. So, yung settlement na na-reach natin, ibigay natin yan sa Toba, ngunit kunin natin sa Green Valley and Santo Tomas Apugan at hindi mabawasan yung land area ng Baguio na 57,496,670 square meters. May approve na technical description yung talagang meets and bounds of Baguio that included that settlement. Ito ang ilagay natin sa territorial boundaries of the City of Baguio. Ikalawa, alisin natin yung Section 23 sa paragraph 4 sa newly revised City Charter na nagsasabi na yung approved ordinances ng city i-forward natin sa sangguniang panglalawigan in a manner provided under Section 56 and 57 of the Local Government Code. Yung Section 56 and 57 referring to ordinances of component cities and municipalities. Kasi hindi po sila independent from the province. They are part of the province. Ito ang dahilan na lahat ng kanilang ordinances must be approved by the provincial board. Hindi po ganon yung situation ng Baguio. Chartered city ang Baguio, September 1, 1909, na independent from the province. Hindi kailangan na ipurwad mo sa sangguniang panglalawigan ng ordinances ng city. I am worried with the approved budget of the city government 2025. Baka i-forward nila yan sa DBM na hindi approved sa provincial board. Sabihin ng DBM, bakit? Hindi niyo sinundan yung inyong sariling charter. Baka i-forward na naman natin sa Benguet. Sabihin ng Benguet, bakit ninyo i-forward sa amin? Hindi kayong naman sakop ng Benguet as far as this is concerned. Dapat maalis yan. Then, pangatlo, ito, pinaka-importante, that we have been trying to address na problem of the city. Yung disposition entitling of alienable and disposable public lands na part of the town site preservation of the city. Ito, most of them are covered by TSA, Town Site Sales Application. At ang tagal, yung maraming applications diyan, hanggang pa ngayon, hindi pa awarded, walang titulo. Correct yung binigay ng DENR sa akin, na land area pa ng alienable and disposable public land na wala pang award and walang titulo, 1,080 hectares. That's equivalent to 10,800,000 square meters, Attorney Ed. Yung problema sa TSA, mandatory ang public bidding na yung applicant pa, siya ang magbabayad ng publication fee parang maibid yung kanilang application. Ang dami ang natatakot dyan kasi may posibilidad na mililitaw na mag-outbid sa kanila. Asan sila ngayon? Solusyon na nakalagay sa aming amendment, ngunit nabito noon ni Noynoy. Ano ang nakalagay? Alisin natin yung TSA, i-convert natin na miscellaneous, parang direct award sa inyo, mga applicants or qualified occupants na walang public bidding. Iyon yung talagang solusyon dyan na unfortunately, kung basahin mo yung newly revised city charter, minintain pa rin yung TSA at talagang serious problem yan na dapat ito ang isang priority na gawin natin kung given the opportunity to be in Congress.
There's so many more laws and bills that Congressman Mauricio Dumogan can do. But lack of material time, sir, any parting words?
Yeah. Maraming salamat, Brother Ed, sa inyo, mga viewers natin. Maraming salamat. Again, nakita naman ninyo ako. You have tried me. You have experienced me as your servant. And yung paninira nila na ako ay ulyanin na, hindi po awa ng ating Panginoon. So, I am appealing to you, not only for me, but for my entire Team Puyog team. Walo lang kami po under this one who remain with Team Puyog team na talagang kontra sa dynasty. Sana nga, huwag tayong malinlang sa pira-pira lang. Please look at our qualification, our experience, our performance, integrity, and competence, in character, and base your decision on those criteria. And I am appealing to you, consider us. Mauricio Dumugan for Congressman, number 5. Then, Benny Bumugaw, number 1 po sa Baluta. And then yung councilors, si Vladimir Cayabas, number 10 sa Baluta. And then, Ryan Nabir, number 18 sa Baluta. And then, Murphy Maspil, number 25 sa Baluta. And then, of course, si Kurt Kiatong Santiago, number 33. At yung sunod yan, si Attorney Steven Sumngi, number 35. And si Engineer Titan, number 37. We wish you the best of health and God bless to each and everyone. And let me say, maraming salamat, Attorney Edgar Avila, and to all of you, the management of employees of RNG. We are able to reach a lot of our brothers and sisters because of you. Mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you, sir. And
Yes, sir.
all the luck.